Sunshine in Sinsheimer on a beautiful summer Saturday in SLO. Welcome everyone to San Luis Obispo for more CCL action here on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. I'm Dylan DeCesare alongside Nick Jepson. And Nick, the 5-11 Saints are looking to even the weekend series versus the 18-4 San Luis Obispo Blues after yesterday's 5-2 loss. What do the Saints need to do to get on the right side of things here today?
Well, the big key is getting started early, right? I mean, no runs until the ninth inning, one hit until the eighth inning. It was a tough showing to offensively for Arroyo Seco. Obviously, the Blues pitching has been fantastic all season. It was last night. It's going to be a tall task today against a really good guy on the mound for the Blues, but you got to get started early. You got to start taking good at-bats early. You've got a good lineup today. You need to see Braden Flores come out, take a really good at-bat to start the game, draw some pitches out. Jacob Freer, same thing. It's all about how are you going to attack this pitcher, because you got Joe O'Regan on the mound today. You've got your ace. You know he's got great stuff. It's about the offense coming to play today after kind of a slow start yesterday. But they got to go in the ninth inning. Brandon Wynn got his first hit, so there's a lot to work off of if you take just the back half of that game yesterday.
Yeah, a team that offensively the Saints have been pretty spectacular this season.
Oh, yeah.
And just didn't have it last night. Again, they quadrupled their hit total in that last inning. Rather tripled it, got those 3 hits in that inning to get those 2 runs. But other than that, it's really the pitching that was great. And, Salazar, how about him? He was great on the mound. Give up those 5 runs, yes, but he looked pretty solid and steady in there.
Yeah, he kind of just got some unfortunate bounces. Couple runs came in to score when he got ground balls that could have been double plays. Maybe the runner was too fast at home plate. You don't cover first quick enough. And those little mistakes are something that kind of have come back to bite the Saints more than normal in these games. So this is going to be a tall task today, but I think the pitching staff is ready to go for Arroyo Seco. It's just about this offense getting going against a really tough pitcher in Spencer Gallimore.
And speak about the offense, let's go through it. Here's the Saints lineup, 1 through 9. Braden Flores leading things off, and then after Jacob Freer and Zach Late, that's the 1-2-3. Then 4-5-6 will be Cannon King, Owen Mangini, Sean Asperger, and then finishing things off, Brandon Wynn, Evan Ryder, and Nick Nishiwa. And then for San Luis Obispo Blues on the mound is Spencer Gallimore.
Yeah, Spencer Gallimore, he's got a 5-pitch mix, 4-seam cutter, change, curve, and slider. With that curve and that slider, kind of can tunnel those nicely. Slider runs in on lefties, curve kind of dips away. 4-seam and cutter does the same thing.
That one into center field. So first pitch, Braden Flores flies out to center, and that's a quick out for Gallimore.
Yeah, and, we just talked about, Flores working a good at-bat, but I think that's a nice at-bat right there. You get a pitch you like, you go after it, you challenge stuff. I think, Arroyo Seco has done a really good job at adjusting throughout the game. They struggled last night. It took them a while, but they've never had a game this season where they really haven't come to play on the offensive side of the ball. So I think, if attack early is the mentality right now, if that doesn't work, they'll adjust as this game goes on.
Now Jacob Freer takes that first pitch low. Freer in the 3-hole yesterday. 1 for 4 and got a hit to lead things off in the 9th inning. So he's picking up where he left off, hopefully. Again, the Saints took a while to get going. Freer, that one fouled off to the left side. Count goes 1-1.
Yeah, we have to mention the Saints wearing the whites today, interestingly enough, on the road. But first time this season we've seen the Pasadena jerseys with the rose on the chest. It just looks really good on the field, and super excited to see them wearing them today.
Now one riding in for a strike. Count goes 1-2. And yeah, the rose on the jersey. They had to get a little bit done on the jersey, get them ready for this season, but it's officially here. The players love him. We got a chance to talk to Braden Flores about it. He's a fan. That's a strikeout swinging. Freer swings right through. First K of the day and second out of the inning.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see that a lot. 0% hard contact this season off of Gallimore. Of course, 2 outings ago through 7 innings, 14 Ks in San Francisco. That was an unbelievable outing for him. Was pitcher of the week because of it. So this is a guy that, can really bring it. It's going to be a tall task today, as it was yesterday for Arroyo Seco.
27 strikeouts through 22 innings for Gallimore. As up comes Zach Late, who was late on that one, fouled it off back left. Count goes 0-1. for Zach Late. Yesterday for Late was in the 4-hole. Went over 3 with a walk. Swings right through that one.
Yeah, and I like to see him attacking these first couple pitches. He's like to watch that first pitch go by, and sometimes that's okay to kind of get into your rhythm, but with a guy like Light who can just drill that fastball, you're going to see a fastball a lot of the time on that first pitch, so time to go after it.
0-2 gets him lunging and swinging, so just like that, 1, 2, 3 go down the Saints, and Gallimore starting off on the right foot will head to the bottom of the frame. Bottom of the first. The Saints went down 1, 2, 3 offense, not getting it done, but Ken O'Regan and this defense get it done. But let's first look at the Blues 1 through 9. Cesar Chavez leading things off, then Miles Mader will be batting second, then Brendan Comerford third. Then 4, 5, 6 will be Mason Ashlock, Diego Murillo, and Kosei Suzuki. Then finally Sean Rivas, Dom Nahar, and Brady Alves. But for the Saints, the man in charge, the Saturday starter, Joe O'Regan.
Yeah, Joe's got a 6-pitch miss, 4-seamer, curve, slider, cutter, change, and sinker. Doesn't use the change and sinker very much, but he's gotten the loss in his last 2 starts, but he's been fantastic. All the stuff was working last Saturday in Santa Barbara. Just got kind of unlucky with some errors in the field. His ERA sits at 2.40. It's a big day for the Saints today. They've got their best arm on the bump, and there's some days that Joe says, we've heard him say a couple of times, I just didn't have my best stuff today, but he's still produced great outings. So if he feels like he's got his ace stuff today, this is going to be a long day for the slow lineup, one of the only times this season.
Allen to center field, high. Waning, and that one will fall. An unfortunate first hit of the game against O'Regan. Finds some grass, and just like that, Chavez is on. That's first base runner of today's matchup.
Yeah, and that's just, those are the bad bounces we've kind of talked about with Joe. Gets weak contact on the first pitch, and it just falls into no man's land. But he's very good at coming back from stuff like that. He doesn't really struggle with guys on base. He still has his good stuff, doesn't lose a lot of command. So not a great start, but definitely something he can weasel his way out of.
That one is find a spot, and left center's in a Bermuda triangle of sorts, and we'll go talk about the defense real quick for the Saints. Evan Ryder in left will be Brandon Wynn in center, then Cannon King in right. Then around the horn, if Sean Asperger, usually the first baseman, but playing third, getting different looks with Zach Late's arrival last week. Then Jacob Freer, Braden Flores, Zach Late at first, Nick Nishiu, and of course O'Regan, who just fired in a ball for the first pitch of the at-bat to Miles Mader.
Yeah, and you mentioned normally see Sean at first base, but he's played really solid at third base. Saw him on Wednesday make a couple of really nice plays in Compton.
Slows it down, can't find the zone, 1-1. And Sean just had to kind of bounce between that DH role and with Zach Late bringing a powerful bat, that 3-hole. Kind of having to use the versatility of Asperger, but he's had some good success recently. Probably on one of the better stretches he's had of his entire CCL campaign.
Yeah, the 2-for-3 day in Academy was fantastic for Sean. And, hitting his first home run of the season. Of course, that ball got out really quickly, so he's taken some really nice swings lately.
O'Regan checking on first. Chavez will return, and Miles Mader up to bat. It's a 2-1 count. Man from Indiana, Big Ten school, D1 baseball. Didn't get to play much of it this spring, just a couple months ago. and took it until actually May for him to get his appearances, but he's been great for the Blues this season. Originally from Atlanta as well, attending Pace Academy. Solid preparatory school in the north of Atlanta area. O'Regan, longer pause than usual, 2-1 to Mater. That one into right field, under it. Diving, not making the catch is King, so runners will advance, another one falling. So station to station, go the Blues, no outs, 2 runners on the pond.
Yeah, I think Cannon still took a pretty good route to that ball, but when a right-hander hits a ball to right field, it's going to tail towards that foul line, and it just kept tailing. We've got a little bit of wind today swirling, more out to left field, but still a little bit of tail, and Cannon with the dive got his glove on it, but unfortunately couldn't make the catch. And gosh, that's just 2 dinker hits already off of Joe, and he doesn't get hit hard very often. Only 3% of the time are people hitting it hard off of him, so just unlucky so far through these first 2 batters.
But just like that, the Blues have danger on the forefront. Now, Brendan Comerford up for slow. Cannon King, again, took a solid path, but couldn't make the final play. And he's had a lot of those in right field where he's right on it. And that one's a cut and a miss. So count goes 0-2. O'Regan to the batter in Comerford. So that's 3-hole yesterday. Got hit by a pitch, but other than that was 0 for 3. 0-2 from the southpaw. Has to be blocked by Nick Nishiwa. Finds it. Forces Chavez to return to 2. And usually on Saturdays, Nick Nishiwa will get that start. And talked about it yesterday, kind of a catching platoon, but Cam Andrews does get the starter moniker. But Nishiwa's been solid defensively. You saw a bit of it right there, blocking that one.
Yeah, and he's been great with his bat, too. Takes really good at bats. You know, whatever his batting average is doesn't show how well he's been hitting the ball. He likes to hit line drives, and he, picks out the right pitches. You love to have multiple catchers that can both do it day in, day out. Cam Andrews can get it done through 2 guys out last night, and then Nick Nishiwa can just slide right in and give you the same amount of support that Andrews does. And not a lot of teams have that.
Nishiwa, 316 average. Yes, 6 games played, but can certainly get the ball in play. 2-2. Swung through and missed. So just like that, the first out is by way of K in the inning for O'Regan.
Yeah, and Comerford really slumping right now. Started the season batting .423. Since then, he's 1 for 19 now with 9 strikeouts. So good on Joe to realize, hey, this guy's been struggling lately. Just goes right after him. And no dice.
Now up, Mason Ashlock. Rockets that one foul left. Didn't play yesterday. Ashlock is the DH today. Went to Rice and is looking for a new home. Was at Weatherford College before. Place where Oscar Salazar, the pitcher yesterday for the Saints, actually played. So Regan's ready to dial up this 0-1 pitch. Pickoff movement back, checks on the runner. We'll just play catch with the second baseman, grab the ball back.
Yeah, we haven't seen his rhythm quite yet. Joe likes to work very quickly. We've only seen 1 pitch of him out of the windup, but when he's in the stretch, he's so tough to run on, so tough in the box because he changes up his timing so well with how long it takes for him to get to the plate. And, that's something that, it frustrates you. You get flat feet in the box. You get flat feet on the base paths. It takes a lot more energy out of you when you have to pay attention to a guy and his timing. So, just those little things Joe does so well are why he's the best pitcher Arroyo Seco's had this season.
And that Saturday has been all his all season. Breaker can't find it again. It's been a bit wild with this. Nishiwa will go and have a talk with O'Regan. Count now 2-1 as two are sharing a conversation. And yes, early danger for O'Regan. Had a bit of this versus Santa Barbara. And gave up those 5 runs versus the Foresters, a great team. But if you look on the stat sheet, not all of them earned, actually.
None of them
I think
earned.
none of them ended
Yeah.
up being earned, and that was a conversation that we were having with the errors and the unfortunate bounces. How many of them would be registered to O'Regan, and it ended up being none of them. So meeting over, Ashlock will wait for the 2-1 with 1 out. O'Regan gets a swing and a miss. That one just diving. Counts even at 2-2 with 1 out.
Yeah, I can't quite tell from up here that was either that cutter or that change. He loves to work in that cutter and that change to kind of combat his four-seamer. Does such a nice job with it. Just tunneling those pitches so well.
Works like a beauty, and that one is see you later. Strikes him out. The second out of the inning. Back-to-back Ks for the lefty.
Yeah, I mean, already through 4 batters. I know there's 2 runners on, and he's not quite out of this inning, but I've really liked what I've seen from Joe so far today. I mean, this is one of those first innings where you feel really good about, your stuff, about how you've been attacking these hitters. He hasn't made any mistakes, but right now, if he can get out of this inning, a little bit of trouble, this out's so big for him and his confidence going forward in this outing.
But up is Murillo. Single and an RBI on a ground out yesterday. The ground out wouldn't bring home a run in this situation with 2 outs, but still a guy that can find multiple gaps. Plays at Cal Poly Pomona, has kind of gone a little bit of everywhere. Was at Cuesta, which is just around the corner here in San Luis Obispo. Then went to Northeastern State in Oklahoma, so took a risk, took a leap, and it paid off. Put together a solid season there, 35 RBIs. So he puts that one into left center and nestled between the 2 fielders. It will land. Runner going around third. Trouble in the outfield. Stop sign is put up. So an RBI double for Murillo brings home the first run of the game. This one for the Blues.
Yeah, and, again, not a really hard hit ball. Just found some grass, and I think Joe's still attacking the right way, going after hitters. He's thrown, 16 pitches, 10 of them have been strikes, so I think he's still attacking this inning the right way. It's just unfortunate, and you're facing a great hitter in Diego Murillo. I mean, he's a guy that comes through in these big situations, and sometimes, hitters just get the better of you.
That one, the first attack of the game for San Luis Obispo. They're on the board first, so 1-0 on 3 hits in this first inning, and O'Regan has runners on third and second. Has those 2 outs from striking out 2 batters. That one probably the hardest hit ball, or it was the hardest hit ball against him this entire day so far. A young afternoon, but still 1-0.
Yeah, and Arroyo Seco, out of 17 games now, we're in the 17th game. They've scored first twice in ball games, and both of those have resulted in wins. So, striking first is very important.
Now one into right field. Under it is King. We'll have a beat on it, and we'll get the out. So just like that, the third out is made, but O'Regan does give up the run thanks to Diego Murillo RBI double. And we'll head to the top of the frame here on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. Top of the second, Blues up 1-0 following a Diego Murillo RBI double at the bottom of the first, but Saints looking to get something done. Yesterday, first 3 innings were not kind to Arroyo Seco. Looking to bounce back here. Cannon King will lead things off, then Mangini and Asperger, so it'll be the 4-5-6, but pending more versus Spencer Gallimore, who struck out 2 in the first inning and also had a fly out from Braden Flores. So it worked quickly and efficiently. Only 8 pitches so far. This is all now versus Cannon King. Goes up the middle, and it'll land for a base hit. Takes a high bounce. King will stay on first. So first hit of the game for Arroyo Seco, and first hit of the game against Gallimore.
Yeah, and I just love that approach from Cannon King. Took strike 1, kind of on the inside corner. That's not the pitch you really want to go after if you're Cannon, but he gets a pitch out over the plate, kind of on that outside corner, takes it where it's given to him, barrels it up, and just a line drive into center field. And we see Cannon, unload and hit big doubles, big home runs, but he can also just smoke line drives, and that's exactly what he did right there. And, after last night not seeing a hit for a very long time, it's a great start.
Now up, Owen Mangini, the man from Nevada. Getting the start on the Saturdays. That one is out for a ball from Gallimore, and a guy that is mainly a midweek guy for Arroyo Seco. Sees a lot of games versus those affiliated teams. Talk about the San Diegos and the Philippines of the world. But seeing a start on Saturday, and when he gets a hold of one, he can certainly put a good swing on it. That one's in for a strike. It's 1-1. Has some family as well here. Some saying hi to his dad and some of his friends. Saw his dad coming in, repping the Nevada shirt and pants.
Well, yeah, go Wolfpack.
Yeah, go Wolfpack. Mangini didn't get to play for the Wolfpack this year, but looking to get some good play time for them. Counts 1-2. Gallimore delivering to Mangini. Now one outside. Mangini keeps it away. And interesting about Mangini, the stats have been here or there, but he's only had 1 extra base hit on the entire season, and that extra base hit was a bomb to center and went a long ways up that netting in Jackie Robinson. That one unleashed into left field, waning. It's gone! When he gets a hold of one, it's see you later. Mangini leaves the yard, stage left. 2-1 Saints.
Holy, I mean, it couldn't have been queued up any better. You just said it, his 1 extra base hit is that home run, and that one just right over the plate, gets a hanger and does not miss any piece of it. That ball absolutely smoked, and I just want our viewers to realize how deep that ball was hit. There's some buses in that left field wall, and he almost hit the buses. Oh, my goodness.
Would have been a broken window on the way to school for those children. But, man, that was a tough one to see, and, delayed call on my part because didn't know if it got the left side or the fair side of that foul pole and left, but my goodness. Just like that, 2-1. The Saints early on responding as Sean Asperger comes up to bat. Fouls that one back. Counts 2-1.
And that's the swing that Arroyo Seco needed. This is a tall task in itself. It's a tall task right now, even up 1. Those are the types of swings that they need to have, the big hits and run support for Joe. I mean, that swing itself, we're going to look back on this, after this one's over and realize how important that was.
Sean Asperger takes his walk. So 3 have come up, and all 3 have done positive contributions. Mangini with the home run, a single from King before that to get on for Mangini, and just like that, a walk from Asperger, a guy that strikes out quite a bit, but when he can or is in take mode, has a good eye. Now coming up, Brandon Wynn, second day playing for the Saints. Yesterday ended it off with a 2 RBI double. So we know he has the power as he shows it right there on the swing, but fully through, gets none of it. You talked about the run support for O'Regan. Has only had the run support in one game, and it was a 6-5 win. Asperger takes off, throw down to second, not in time. Asperger's safe, so runner in scoring position for the Saints.
Great jump. I mean, just vaulted off of first base, right, as Gallimore was going towards home plate. And Arroyo Seco likes to do that. They like to vault, and if they get the right vault, you're in your shuffle, your momentum's already going towards second base, and if you time it right, it's an easy steal. And you've got a great guy behind the plate, but great jump from Asperger.
0-2 to win. Fading outside from the righty and Gallimore. And not many hard hits on him the entire season. You talked about that. Very low hard hit rate. But that one, probably one of the hardest ones he's given up all season. He delivers this 1-2. Gets a swing through, drop 3. Asperger saves a second throw to first in time. The first out of the inning for Gallimore and a drop 3 strikeout. Now we'll bring up Evan Ryder. Wasn't in the lineup yesterday, but one of the top players on the team in terms of RBIs, and in games he's played is working on a hitting streak. So something on the line for Evan Ryder.
Yeah, 10-game hitting streak. It's been fantastic. 0 for 3 the first game of the season, and since then, hasn't slowed down.
Up to right field. First pitch swing in. Asperger will touch second. Advance to third. Throw going to 3, and it's way in time. Heck of a play from Kosei Suzuki and right. So the inning is over thanks to the powerful arm of the Japanese right fielder. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Saints up 2-1. Bottom 2 here at Sinsheimer. Up will be Rivas, Nahar, and Alves for San Luis Obispo. Had the lead in the bottom of the first, but that was taken away thanks to an Owen Mangini shot down the left field line, which barely stayed fair, but it was a 2-run home run nonetheless. And O'Regan, what seemed like not often this year, he's finally working with a lead.
Yeah, not a lot of run support for Joe, and now he can be a lot more comfortable up there, throw his pitches. Of course, just some weak contact in that first inning. He got a bit unlucky. Cannon almost made that play in right field. Almost a play made in center, but then, Murillo comes through with a big hit. So now confidence is up for Joe, and that's a scary sight if you're a Blues player.
Now went in for a strike on a slide piece of sorts to Sean Rivas, hitting .235. Only 6 games played for Rivas this year. Fouls that one back. Had a solid campaign at Cuesta College. just around these parts in San Luis Obispo. 38 games played, 298 average with 16 RBIs for the sophomore in Rivas. Here's O'Regan. That one down low. Count goes 2-2. This lefty on righty matchup. Two-two. Swing and a miss. O'Regan, strikeout number 3 on the day on that high cheese.
It looked like a cutter. Took a little bit off of it, but that cutter trails so nicely against right-handed hitters. And now Rivas, 1 for his last 12 with 8 strikeouts. So Joe has attacked the guys that have struggled lately. He's attacking these hitters the right way. Just go right after Rivas. He hasn't hit the ball well lately. Make him make a good swing. Make him make the play. Joe just doing a great job so far tonight.
Now in the 8-hole, Dominic Nahar, the junior, plays his ball at Cal State East Bay as he fouls that one off. And a speedster has a stolen bases around the 20 mark. I believe it's around 23 for East Bay, and put up great numbers in 2026, but in 2025 was the real, maybe not shocker, but star-studded campaign. Led the team in runs scored and stolen bases. Was the Cal State East Bay Male Freshman Athlete of the Year.
Wow.
It's quite an accomplishment for Nahar from Lemoore, California. 2-1 from O'Regan. Nahar over to left center. That one will fall. Going towards the wall, reaches the bowl in left center. Nahar on his horse to second. He'll stay and remain standing. The first base runner of the inning for the Blues.
Yeah, Joe just left that one a little too much over the plate. 2-1 pitch. You of course have to get one over for a strike, but it needs to be a bit more competitive than that. Nahar missing absolutely none of it. Had 2 doubles in his last game, so he's just picking up right where he left off against Alameda, in his last game. So still, opportunity for Joe to work out of something else, right? We've seen it in multiple innings. He's been able to work out of jams like this. 1 out, runner in scoring position. The Blues are so good with runners in scoring position, so we'll see how O'Regan can navigate this one.
Lefty on righty, it's now Alves. Playing second today for San Luis Obispo. Swings through that one. Just starting low. Got some swing in 0-1. Alves, a redshirt freshman. Goes to Butte College, which is around the kind of north of Sacramento. In that, along the I-5. Hasn't had success this year. Looking to find it in this 9-hole. He's only had a hit.
Yeah, 1 for 22 this season.
1-1 from O'Regan, 1 out. Longer pause, check second. Gets a swing and a miss for strike number 2. 1-2 goes the count. Ahead 1-2 is O'Regan. In the second, working with a 2-1 lead. Delivers, fouled off. Alves stays alive. O'Regan navigating quite low this at-bat. Just looking for that low put-away pitch. One, two, 1 out from O'Regan. Check second. Makes it a close play, but very safe from Dom Nahar. delivers, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 of the inning, strikeout number 4 of the afternoon for O'Regan.
Yeah, and I like how he changed speeds, changed eye level, darts that slider a couple of times down low in the zone. Alves offers at both of them, changes the eye level with the high fastball. You know, kind of, it comes from the same, you know, you're seeing that slider out of the hand in that same place as you're seeing that high and outside fastball. It's just perfect tunneling by O'Regan, and 4 strikeouts in 5 outs recorded. I mean, his stuff has just been so nasty today. As long as he doesn't miss over the plate like he did to Nahar, it's going to be a long day for Slow.
Now Cesar Chavez, the lineup card, flips over for San Luis Obispo. Reached on a single that was a high blooper of sorts in between the short left and center area. Those first 2 singles for the game were pretty weak contact high up in the air, just not able to make plays on it for the Saints. Now on 1-1. Cesar Chavez, a Cal State LA guy. We talked about this yesterday, but did play with Carson Panarisi for the Cal State LA. That one out to right and foul. Will be towards the bullpen of San Luis Obispo. Did not play, redshirted. Then got better and better, and guess what? Even better. Looking to get towards his best for his senior year, as that one is going to be on the foot, or a foot, in 2027 for Chavez.
Yeah, this guy only strikes out 5% of his at-bats so far in the CCL.
1-2 towards third. Asperger has trouble with it. Over to first, not in time. Sean Asperger makes the error that surely will be registered to the third baseman. So like that, runners on the corners for San Luis Obispo, and they're knocking at the door.
Yeah, shoot, that's one you really want back. Just a routine ground ball, and sometimes you just move a little too quickly. Just moved a little too quickly through that, was a little impatient, kind of attacked the ball a little bit more than he should have. Just lost handle of it. Unfortunate, but, you know, to be a good team, you got to be able to work through the adversity that you're given, even if it's self-inflicted. You know, the next ball that goes to Asperger, he wants to make that play.
Here's Mater. 0-1 to him. Got a single last time up. Was a right side kind of blooper, similar to what Cesar Chavez had. Swung on high into right. King nestled under it. Will make the catch with some wind. O'Regan gets out of the inning unscathed despite runners at the corners. 2-1, Saints up. Top of the third here at Sinsheimer. 2-1, Saints are up, ready for the 9-hole. And then 1-2 for the Saints. It's Nick Nishiwa, the catcher, coming up. And Joe O'Regan got out of some trouble. Had 2 runners reach on the corners. None came across, and O'Regan with a lead, working well. Still a lot left to go in this ball game. Now one for a ball. Start off 1-0 to Nishiwa. And Gallimore had a bit of trouble in that second. Not often that Gallimore has to deal with trouble like that. Nishiwa, high and in, has to get out of the way. In fact, through his first 14 innings pitched, Gallimore, 15 strikeouts, 5 walks, a below 1 whip. No earned runs. It's unbelievable from the righty from UC Colorado Springs. Again, one of the many guys looking for a home. And if I'm a scout looking at Gallimore in this Blues team, he's sticking out like a sore thumb in the best way possible.
He's sticking out like a healthy thumb,
like a
among
healthy
a bunch
thumb.
of sore thumbs.
Yes, except there are not many sore thumbs in this San Luis Obispo team. I mean, this is one of the teams where you're looking at a CCL. You're going to look at the film for all of these guys because they've all just impressed so much. In fact, a lot of them do have homes for next spring anyways. So you have to take the ones you can get, but Gallimore will be a hot commodity in the CCL kind of transfer sphere, if you will. Count goes full to Nishiwa. 3-2, another foul ball. Nick Nishiwa, a guy that can grind out an at-bat like no one else. And that is why you put him in this 9-hole, to be really gritty and a second leadoff guy. Ready for the pitch from Gallimore. Now one to short. Murillo, backhand, knocks it down over to first with enough time to Rivas. That's the first out of the inning.
And that's kind of what separates fielders among themselves, is if you can make those types of plays. Murillo gets his whole body in front of it, knocks it down with the glove, grabs it with the bare hand. For all the kids out there watching, you don't want to pick it back up with your glove. You want to grab it with that bare hand because there's no reason to pick it up with a glove. You got to throw it over to first base. So very routine it looked, but, I mean, those are tough plays to make.
Braden Flores, lineup card, flips over. After him will be Freer. And Flores been so great for the Saints in his first year for Arroyo Seco, leading the team in average, on-base percentage, and slugging. And why not add RBIs and stolen bases to that tally? So multiple categories in charge for Braden Flores.
And you brought up a good point with Nishiwa at the bottom of the order. I'd put Nishiwa, Immel, and Braden Flores all into that category of just great at-bat takers.
Now one finds the gap and sneaks through. Flores standing on first, reaches again, and he's reached in every single game this entire season. What a streak to keep going. And while he doesn't have a hit in every game this season, reaching nonetheless, getting that on-base percentage to the level that it's at. Unbelievable stuff from the second baseman. And that will bring up Jacob Freer, the shortstop, on the day.
I mean, a 4.72 OBP coming into today. 47% of the time he gets on base. I mean, that's just unheard of.
Nishiwa sees that one out. 1-0. He goes ahead. Rather Freer, that is. Struck out last time up, was a part of that 1-2-3 inning that Gallimore had. Checks on first, Flores returns. 6 stolen bases for Flores, and an aggressive team like the Saints that will steal a bag or two, or at least try every single game. you know he might be going. Firm for a strike, 1-1. Long pause for Gallimore. One's across the board. Flores caught out. Heads back to the dugout. Got too much of a hot step towards second, and Gallimore, head on a swivel, got him.
Yeah, and I was watching Flores. He takes a very small lead off of first base, but his vault is so big. He gets up in the air with both feet. And when you're vaulting like that, yes, that's how you create a lot of momentum, but you want to keep your feet near the ground so that you can get back easier.
Freer into right field. That one high. Under it is Suzuki. And that is the third out. So if those back-to-back pitches being an out, we'll head to the bottom of the frame here in San Luis Obispo. Brendan Comerford will lead things off in the 3-hole. Then Ashlock and Murillo in this bottom of the third. Saints up 2-1, looking to maintain this lead thanks to O'Regan. 4 strikeouts in these 2 innings. Going to Comerford. Fouled off high and right. Comerford, a speedster as well, 5th in the CCL in stolen bases, and a guy that didn't steal too many during his college career, but finding that success here with the Blues. Another transfer portal guy, but has been a bit everywhere. St. Mary's didn't play too much, so went to Olone College, where he got 27 home runs, 347 average. That one into center. Under it is Wynn. Makes that catch and puts away Comerford.
And I mean, this is just a little thing, but just the way O'Regan has sequenced his pitches, and that might be part of Nick Nishiwa as well, calling the game behind home plate. But, I mean, just attack with the fastball on the first pitch, go outside corner, perfect spot for it, fouled off. Then you go slider, backdoor, hits the outside corner, and then you take a little off of it, go with that cutter. He's out in front of it and just hits a looper to center field. I mean, just these little things that Joe does are so special, and you know that's why he's been so good this season and still hasn't gotten a win in that win column. So, you know, today feels like so far the day to get it done. This is a game that Arroyo Seco, they've gotten out to a great start. This is the games that we've been talking about all season. You got to finish these games. I know there's 6 innings left, but you got to finish these games.
So much can change in 6. When we were down there near the field, we looked at each other. We had the thought, I mean, this is the day where Arroyo Seco, they need to get it done, and if it had the feeling of they can get it done. Just
certainly.
A beautiful day, new uniforms with your number 1 starter on the Saturday. Has all the makings. That one over to left field. It will get down. Going towards the wall. It will one-hop it. Be a ground rule double. Mason Ashlock will stand on second. 1 out base hitting for the Blues.
That's another time where in a favorable count for Joe, he's kind of missed over the plate. Nahar had a really nice double off of him as well. There have been 2 misses today, and the Blues have capitalized on both of them. I mean, this is such a deep and special lineup that they've got. So, I mean, you have to be near perfect on the mound to really shut them down. So those plays are going to happen, but we've seen Joe get out of trouble 2 times already with just 1 run given up. So it's just another time where he's got to work through it. I have a feeling every inning there's going to be something that he's got to work through.
I mean, this is the best offense in the CCC or CCL in terms of runs. They're by far and away first. Second in extra base hits as well. Second in walks. 3 telling stats of a team that's just been consistently getting it done on the offensive end. 0-1 to Murillo. Had an RBI double. Brought home the only run of the game for the Blues so far in that first inning. Waiting from O'Regan. That one flies outside but gets a swing and a miss. So 0-2 to the shortstop. O'Regan ready to deal. 0-2. Fouled straight back. Hot shot. Back into the grassy area here at Sinsheimer.
Now, and if we thought last night was packed here, wow.
Just you wait. They like to fill up this whole stadium, and the attendance here is astounding. On a summer Saturday in San Luis Obispo, Sinsheimer's the place to be. Murillo strikes out swinging. 0-3 gets him, and O'Regan sits down a very important hitter.
Yeah, and I'm kind of shocked by going with the heater 0-2. Kind of a little bit elevated, a little too elevated, I would say. Kind of not belt high, but a little bit lower at about the thighs, middle of the thigh area. A little too high, but, I mean, he's got confidence in his pitches, a lot of run on that fastball, and just, you know, not really what you're expecting in an 0-2 count if you're Murillo.
Now up will come Kosei Suzuki. Had a lightning play in right field to get the runner out at third. Has a great glove out there, and Suzuki, a guy that's just had a great story. Originally from Saitama, Japan, then went to play his high school ball in Australia, and he was looking for JUCO opportunities after playing his high school ball, and he posted, I counted 36 times in the span of about a month. That one caught in center will end the inning. Suzuki, despite the great story, will have to wait, and we'll head to the next inning here on the Royal Second State streaming network. Top of the fourth, score 2-1. And up for the Saints will be 3, 4, and 5, and Zach Late, Cannon King, and Owen Mangini. King and Mangini, the latter of those three, single and a home run. Some fireworks in that second inning from this congregation of batters. Looking to continue it. Gallimore last inning. Saw 3 come up. Got 2 outs at the plate. Got help as well from himself, I guess. The pickoff movement to first to get Flores. Has been dealing with the challenge. Zach Late, chopper, backhand on the back foot. Good play right there by Sean Rivas to record that out.
Yeah, and those plays to first base with the PFPs get so dicey sometimes. You have to time up that throw really nicely, and Gallimore took a great line to that bag. Kind of, you want to wrap yourself a little bit up that first baseline for a few steps, maybe 3 steps away from the bag. You want to wrap up so then you can get that good angle for Rivas to deliver a good throw, and he did. And I think he played that really well. He tried to attack it, then decided, hey, I'm going to field this on my back foot. Does a nice job to make the play.
Now up Cannon King, single last time up. We talked about it during the break. 3:35 to left, 3:20 to right. This is a place where Cannon King, who has a lot of power, can unleash one. 1-0 to King. Powerful swing, foul down the first base side. And we're just talking about some of his stats. He is in the 100th percentile. This max EVO, or that being exit velocity, 102 off the bat with what he can get up to, and that's up there.
He also has the furthest home run hit in the CCL this season at 428 feet. Absolute missiles coming off the bat of Cannon King.
And a guy that's, he's a 5'11 dude, so in that kind of average height or a bit above average height, but he is a built guy that has a lot of muscle mass. And that helps him a lot, that pure lefty swing. Now 2-2 from Gallimore to Cannon King. 1 out in this inning with a Zach Late chopper ground out to the first baseman. 2-2. King high. 3 Blues on it. And the one on the scene is Suzuki. Oh no, he doesn't make the play. Throw down to first, not in time. Would have been a heck of a play from Kosei Suzuki, but not able to make the magic happen. So returning to first is Cannon King, so he'll be 2 for 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one was in Suzuki's glove. It just fell out as he's going to the ground. I mean, I didn't think he had any shot of getting to that ball. I mean, my goodness. Suzuki, just so fast. He's got a great first step. He reads everything so well off the bat. And, of course, has a cannon of an arm that we've already seen today.
He plays a heck of a right field. We've seen all the signs, and the reason why I thought he got that is because he is so good defensively. He's a fantastic right fielder. That's a play that is not routine whatsoever. Extremely difficult, but he makes it happen a lot. That one low. 1-1 to Mangini, who went yard last time up in the second.
Yeah, sometimes you want to err on the side of caution on those fly balls, but with Suzuki, you just assume everything is going to stick right into the webbing.
He's a magnet. 1-1, 1 out. Mangini lined into center. Coming on is Chavez. That'll be out number 2. Out number 2, Gallimore recovering. Asperger up to bat. Had a walk last time up. Working on a hitting streak himself of 3 games. That's why I meant last time up, when he's working on the best part of his season right now. And Sean is putting the good swings that he's been having in this entire Saints campaign. Pickoff movement barely late. That's a whippy one from Gallimore. He's been right there, especially from the right side, being a right-handed pitcher going to first. It can be difficult, but he gets it down there to first in a hurry. Asperger find some right field grass. So station to station, 2 runners on, first and second.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen such a different Sean Asperger this week than we've seen all season. Last night, 1 for 4, but he extends his hitting streak now to 4 games. But last night, he snapped a 9-game strikeout streak. So even in that game where he goes 2 for 3 with a home run and a base hit, he still strikes out. He still struggles at not being able to put the ball in play. But right now he's attacking early in counts, and it's really paying off for him. He's got a great swing, good hands, and he's really showing it now.
Now bring up Brandon Wynn. Lewis Clark State product. Talked about him last night, but for those of you that weren't here, went to Glendale Community College, not too far from the home of the Arroyo Seco Saints in Pasadena, about 15, 20 minutes, if you will, depending on traffic. And always in LA, everything depends on traffic. That one into right. Under it is Suzuki. Does a little hop, gets it over his head. And that is out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Joe O'Regan looking to captain us in this 4th. The Saints up 2-1, have been putting on offensive pressure and have been keeping it down defensively. Blues looking to get back in this one. 5 hits for either team. Still looking for that breakthrough after having a lead for a short while at the bottom of the 1st. And the Saints, a team that's second bottom in runs against on the entire CCL. So breaking the mold on this Saturday. Gets it up the middle. That one almost out of reach. Freer, heck of a dive. Not in time. Would have been an impressive play, but Freer knocked it down, made an infield single instead.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to be a single, why not make it an infield single, make it look a little bit better for the defense. What a play by Freer. I mean, and the way he was able to jump up and make that throw, of course, not going to be in time. A lot of speed from Rivas on that play, but gee whiz. I mean, this defense showing out, and they're going to need it. And what's so important is, you know, even when Asperger makes that error at third base, O'Regan able to work out of it. That's what's so important about today.
Now one just inside to Dom Nahar, had a double last time up. The first good piece of, or rather the second great piece of hitting for San Luis Obispo in the entire day. Scorched one to left center. Wants all of it. Got none of it on that 1-1. Gets Nahar moving. 2-1 now. Two balls, 1 strike from O'Regan. Runner on first, he can see it right in front of him. That one a strike, counts even at 2-2. Rivas not a guy that's gonna necessarily take off, but you always gotta keep an eye out, especially with a team that steals as much as San Luis Obispo. Delivers home, over to short. 6, 4, 3. 3 is safe. Double play will not be successful, but gets the lead runner out.
Yeah, and Najar's got plenty of speed. That was tailor-made. Really good turn from both Freer and Flores up the middle, but just not in time for Najar. But now, if you're Joe O'Regan, you've got that nasty pickoff move to first base. When do you go to it? Because sometimes you're thinking of when do you want to set it up? When do I want to set it up? And Najar is already on his way to second. So I'm interested to see how early in this at-bat is Joe going to take a look over there.
Can disengage as many times as he wants. That one into left center. Dying. Under it. Ryder has it. Returning to first is Najar. So it's 2 outs there. As the lineup card will flip over. Alves flies out. Now bring up Cesar Chavez. Has reached both times via a single and an error from Sean Asperger. Was able to score in that first inning as well. O'Regan set in this fourth. Going is Najar. Throw down Nishiwa. The bounce certainly didn't help. Najar will reach a stolen base for the speedster. We'll add that to his stolen base tally.
I think that's smart on Najar to go on that first pitch. That lefty move is going to come at some point. You got to go as quick as possible.
Now runner in scoring position for the leadoff man. Just outside. 2-0 is the count. O'Regan in a good spot as well. 60 pitches. Not too shabby in almost 4 innings. Just down low at the breaker. Doesn't land. So it's a 3-0 count now with 2 outs. Slow has out-hit the Saints so far, but not enough production. Wayne's outside, 4-pitch walk to Chavez. O'Regan didn't want any of it.
Yeah, no need to try to come back, pull off some heroics by trying to get Chavez out. He's such a good hitter, and when you're behind in the count like that, he's going to take advantage, so give him the free base. It's not like, it gets easier. Miles Mader has to come up, but, not working from behind now. Got to get in front of Mader if you want to have success against this guy. Such a quality hitter at the plate right now, 352 hitter. So we've seen some trouble in every inning for Joe, but it's been about how he's been able to work out of it. But now you're facing the best part of the order, 2, 3, 4. It's time to dial it up.
It will be versus Mader. Like you said, a dangerous hitter in this 2 spot for Slow, but flew out in the second to end that inning. O'Regan to face the Indiana catcher. Check second, goes home. Mader, swing and a miss. At bat starts off. No balls and 1 strike. You mentioned it. Has had some trouble, but a big thing about O'Regan's game is bouncing back, and every single thing he bounces back and finishes the job. Mader over third/short. Asperger will throw it to second in time. Heads up play by Sean Asperger, takes it himself. O'Regan out of trouble yet again. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Top of the fifth, halfway through, Saints up 2-1, putting together strong performances on either end of the spectrum. Going against Spencer Gallimore, back in for this fifth inning. Talk about how good O'Regan's been, but Gallimore has been fantastic as well. 3 strikeouts, a walk in his 4 innings pitched. He has 2 earned runs on the home run. That is the only blemish on what's been a solid day from one of the best pitchers for SLO. Ground up the middle, ranging to his right, making the play on the pick, not in time. Alves tried to make it happen, but reaching is Evan Ryder. Now bring up Nick Nishiwa in the 9-hole. That was a hard play for Alves to make as well. Ranging to his right. Just chopping over the pitcher. And now Nishiwa. In for a strike. Gets the top right corner. Oh, 1 to Nishiwa. Just outside. 1-1 goes the count. And there's a case for Nick Nishiwa to arguably be the best catcher on this team. Him and Cam Andrews have just been back and forth and being successful. Strong defensively as that one's over to first, not in time. Evan Ryder able to be safe on that pickoff attempt from Gallimore. But Nishiwa, great with the bat, 316 average like you mentioned, but the defensive success of Nick Nishiwa is also fantastic. Throws down to second, have been good. Commanding the game, have been good as well. And down the middle, gets it. So sends it back, and first to second goes Ryder, and standing on first is Nishiwa. So no outs, 2 hits from the 8 and 9 for the Saints.
Yeah, and so far today with runners on, Saints hitting 3 for 7, but with runners in scoring position, 0 for 3 so far today. So here's an opportunity. They've struggled with runners in scoring position all season. We've seen it. And today, they've got 2 runs on the board, but it's on a home run. You can't be looking for those big hits every single time. So right now, this is a very important at-bat for Braden Flores. Single scores a run. Just keep it simple.
Flores 1 for 2 on the day. Walked 3 times yesterday. So continues to reach in a multitude of ways. That one is in for a strike from Gallimore. So 0-1 goes the count. And in Flores' mind, it has to be pass the baton. With that mindset that he also often has, what's also gotten him those 16 RBIs, team leading. Flores into right, it'll land. Runner will hold up at third. The bases are juiced with none out for Gallimore.
Great piece of hitting. Just take it where it's given to you. Gets jammed a little bit on the hands, able to flex that one into right field. And now, I mean, you've got Jacob Freer, Zach Late, and Cannon King all, most likely, unless there's a double play, an opportunity with the bases loaded. As we'll see a mound meeting, smart. But this is where the Saints can change this game, right? We've seen so many games this season where they've had opportunities to change the game, take a bigger lead, grab some insurance, and they just haven't been able to come through. Other teams have been able to stay within striking distance the entire game, almost every game this season. So now it's about, taking advantage of the opportunity that's been given to you. 3 base hits. Ryder gets kind of lucky with an infield hit. You take those bounces and you got to run with them. And you've got the heart of the order coming up. 2, 3, 4, some of the best hitters you have to offer. This is the time for Arroyo Seco to take control of this game. You're halfway through. Now it's time to take control.
Gallimore stays in after that talk. Bullpen is warming for San Luis Obispo. Cooper in the bullpen for the Blues, looking to come in if Gallimore can't get the job done. Jacob Freer, the man up to bat with no outs. And like you said, we've seen the situation with the Saints knocking out the door of a chance to steal momentum, and they just haven't been able to take it. A new day, seemingly a new Saints team. Freer sees that one in, 2-0.
Yeah, now you're going to get a pitch to hit. There's nowhere to put Freer. Gallimore's going to have to attack, and Jacob's got to be ready, sitting dead red on this pitch right here.
Ryder, Nishiwa, and Flores, the 3 men on. Nishiwa, the man at the box that takes a timeout, needs to think this one over. Are you swinging at this one, or are you going to kind of take and really?
If it's over the plate, I'm ripping.
Freer rips it, gets none of it. That's 2-1.
I still like the swing. I like being aggressive there. It's 2-0. You know Gallimore's going to have to come at you. It comes at you with the slow stuff there, so it's a little bit different. But I still like the aggression. And I like that he's choking up a little bit, too, in this situation. Just keep it simple. Line drives, that's all you need right here.
2-1 to Freer. Contact foul. We'll go again. Counts even, 2-2. Runners everywhere. Bases loaded, none out. Time to strike is now. Jacob Freer, what do you got? That one low. Gets away from the backstop in Mater. We are full here in the 5th. Gallimore knows this could be make or break for his day as Cooper is awaiting for his name to be called. Freer looking to take Gallimore out the game. 3-2. Freer gets a piece, fouled off. He'll stay alive and we'll head for another one of this AB. Quite a tense one, and you feel like this is where it needs to happen.
Yeah, I mean, the way games have gone for Arroyo Seco this season, you need to have a stable lead if you feel confident. A one-run lead is not enough, really, for anybody, but it's not enough for Arroyo Seco this season.
3-2 awaiting for Jacob Freer. Swing and a miss. Massive K for Gallimore. First out of the inning on Freer.
Yeah, and that's a really good pitch. Kind of jams him up inside. Too close to take if you're Jacob, and just a really well-executed pitch from Spencer Gallimore. And now you're in a situation, if you're Zach Late, you can hit fly balls, you can drive the ball, just put a fly ball in the outfield, make it 3-1. Just, again, Saints have to keep it simple.
And every game Zach Late has gotten a hit, RBIs have been accompanying them. That one a strike. Late. Never likes that first pitch. Will always wait on it. Here's where the real at-bat starts for Zach and where he'll start to battle. Here's Late. Leaves it low. And that strikeout for Gallimore might be the juice he needs. And off the back of that mound meeting with his manager. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out for Late. Runners everywhere, and Ryder, Nishiwa, and Flores. Late finds the gap, coming around is Ryder. On the go is Nishiwa at the plate. He's safe to score. RBI single for Late to come across.
That
is exact. I mean, that's the hit that the Saints have been begging for almost all season. In big moments, you've got a one-run lead. You got them juiced. Freer strikes out to set up the double play threat. We've seen a lot of twin killers end big moments for Arroyo Seco. Zach Late taking it where it's given to him, rips a ground ball right out of the outstretched reach of Comer Ford at third base. That's the big hit that Arroyo Seco needed. But now you can't be satisfied. You got to just keep passing the baton along, keep stringing at-bats along, and add on to this lead now.
Can't be satisfied, but something they should be satisfied for. They've knocked Spencer Gallimore, that elite starter for San Luis Obispo, out of the game. And we'll see who comes into relief for him after the break. Pitching change for San Luis Obispo. Saints up 4-1. It's Troy Cooper, the reliever, out in the bullpen.
Yeah, and the last time Troy Cooper stepped on a mound in a game, it was against West Virginia in the Super Regional over there in Morgantown. Threw an inning and 2/3, gave up 3 runs in a 12-2 loss, but that just goes to show this guy's ready for big moments. This is a big moment for San Luis Obispo. You know, it kind of thrust into this huge situation where you don't want to let this game get out of hand, but he's built for the challenge in these clutch scenarios, had to pitch all throughout the tournament. So this is going to be a tough arm for Arroyo Seco to go up against. Only his max this season was 2 2/3, but you know, we know how summer baseball is. You could see this guy go for 6, like we saw Cash Carroll do. You know, 6 shutout innings against San Diego early in the season. That was just in game number 3, but this is going to be a tough arm to face.
So Gallimore, who started this game, only went the 4 1/3 as Cannon King's up to bat. This inning so far, a single from Ryder, a single from Nishiwa, a single from Flores. Jacob Freer struck out in the base-loaded situation, but then Zach Late was the hero that brought home 2 runs on a single. So he's on first. Standing on third is Flores. Only with 1 out for Cannon King, who's 2 for 2 on the day of 2 singles. Cooper getting the swing and a miss from King. They'll go again, and if he can get this first batter out in this convincing fashion, it will be a great start to the afternoon for Cooper. Runner goes. That one blooped up late. Way off. Will get picked off at first. So double it up is late. That's a way to start the outing for Cooper, but nonetheless, Saints get 2 more. It's 4-1 here in Slow. Bottom of the 5th, Saints extended their lead, and O'Regan has more to work with, working into his 5th after the Saints added those 2.
Yeah, now a couple more insurance runs for Joe. Now we can really work ahead, not be nervous about giving up some big swings.
That one seemingly off the back of Joe O'Regan. Didn't seem to be much pain. As Brendan Comerford attacking immediately, aggressive. His first hit of the day. Despite that first inning where they got the run, they've been relatively quiet at the beginning of the innings. Saw it yesterday as well. Slow had less leadoff runners on than Arroyo Seco, but they was able to make the most of those runners that came later in the inning. Third leadoff runner for an inning for them. That one high, late, under it. Ashlock, the one that popped out there. So 2 quick pitches, a single and a pop out, the duality of baseball.
Yeah, and if you're going to attack on the first pitch, of course you want to change it up a little bit, throw some fastballs, but Comerford smoking that fastball right up the middle, and then he goes soft to Ashlock, goes a little off speed, goes a little slider on that one, gets him to get under it. And a nice play by Late. Looked like he had a little bit of trouble finding that one in the sun, but makes the play. Very important out.
Murillo, the one up to bat, struck out last time up. A rare strikeout from Murillo, a guy that likes to put the ball in play, use his speed. Let the rest do the talking. High into center, under it is Wynn. Makes the catch. 2 quick outs despite the single. That will bring up Kosei Suzuki. With Suzuki, I'll finish off where I left off in his last at-bat, talking about how he was looking for those JUCO prospects after playing high school ball in Australia. But 36 times he posted on Twitter the same thing. From Japan, playing high school ball in Australia, looking for offers, gave us stats, did everything. And eventually in November of 2022, he committed to Frank Phillips College, a JUCO school. And in 96 career games for FPC, 989 OPS in those games, 327 average, 23 home runs, and then he earned a spot this spring of LaSalle. 37 games played, 33 starts, 5 home runs, and 26 RBIs for LaSalle. So what a story playing ball on 3 continents, the U.S., or rather North America, which is the continent, not the United States of America, is the third.
Yeah, it's so fun. You know, this is just a guy who loves baseball. You know, you can tell from how hard he, worked at even the Twitter game, now is picking up. You got to be good and active on Twitter if you want to get, picked up by some of these schools. It just shows he just loves the game. And it's so fun to see from players like that.
Will take his first time on base this game via the walk. Only second walk O'Regan has given up. Not many free passes. Strikeouts have also calmed down for O'Regan. Was really on it through those first 2, and then that third had a 5th to add. These last 2 innings has been helped by the defense. Loves to get the defense involved, and he's certainly done that. His defense had his back. Bender just landing into the zone. Backdoor action as well to that breaker.
That's been his best pitch today, in my opinion, that backdoor slider. He's just worked it so well. He's thrown it in every count, and it's been executed every time.
Yeah, it's that fastball, curveball, slider that is the forefront of O'Regan's arsenal. Again, we talked about that cutter that he uses. Uses it more and more throughout the season. It says around the 6th percentile in usage, but when he can use it offsetting his fastball, it's just fantastic. But the breaking stuff is really dominant off of that fastball. 0-2, gets a swing and a miss. O'Regan on top of it. We'll head to the 6th inning. 4-1 Saints. Sixth inning. Heading towards the back end of it. Saints up 4-1. 9 hits on the day to 6 for San Luis Obispo. Owen Mangini up, and then after him will be Asperger, then Wynn. That will be the 5, 6, and 7 for the Saints. Cooper still on the bump after coming in last inning. Able to end it with a pop out that resulted in a double play. Zach Late bouncing way off of first. And the Blues were able to double him up.
Yeah, just an unfortunate hit and run for Arroyo Seco.
Mangini doesn't take that one. Rather, takes it for a strike. Sometimes get mixed up here. The brain stops working, but we're okay now. 0-2. Count goes 1-2. Mangini takes upstairs. That one down and away. 2-2. Mangini 1 for 2 on the day. 2 extra base hits this whole season. Both homers. Two to Mangini. Gets a swing and a miss. Cooper sends Mangini back to the dugout. That's the first out of the 6th.
Yeah, Cooper's got some overpowering stuff. He can tap 90 a little bit with that fastball. That's where he likes to sit, 88 to 90. So he can definitely give you a lot of velo, and Owen a little just a little late on that one. But he started off the season, he struggled with the strikeout a lot. I know he struck out there, but he's been taking just a lot better at bats, putting really good swings on balls, laying off the right pitches in the right situations. Just, sometimes with 2 strikes, he gets overpowered or overran by a pitch, and that's how you'd rather do it. You don't want to take bad at-bats. And Owen has really turned it around. He's working counts. He's fouling pitches off. It's fun. And you got another guy in the box who has, we've seen a new version of him this week. That's what's so special about these summers, and is you see guys that struggle a little bit at the beginning, but then once they start getting going, it's really special.
Yeah, Asperger just having an amazing week, extending that hitting streak today. 1 for 1 with a walk on this Saturday afternoon. Constantly reinventing himself. It's hard to find a version that's really worked out in his favor. That one down the first base side. They'll call it foul. I think I saw some chalk kick up, so.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was chalk from the glove of Rivas or if that was chalk from the baseball.
Certainly a close one, but it will be 1-2, and Asperger will have to take another swing. That one's certainly close and would have been roped just under the glove of Rivas. Would have been a nice looking hit to sneak in there for Asperger, but he'll go again. 1-2, 1 out. Troy Cooper to deal. Gets a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Cooper in this inning, back-to-back.
Yeah, and that's just a nasty pitch right there. Goes in the dirt with it. Little bender action. I mean, he can attack you inside. He can attack you outside. He can attack you at the top of the zone. I mean, this is why he's at Cal Poly throwing 30 innings this spring. Really quality guy. He gets a lot done in a short amount of time, and so far no blemishes for him today in his first outing with the Blues.
Came in the high leverage situation. Relieving for Gallimore and got out of it. Gallimore still had those 2 runs come across. So all 4 on Gallimore's day were earned. Cooper, like you said, plays at Cal Poly slow. All those innings this spring, 4.96 ERA, big innings in regionals and super regionals. And the Cal Poly team that made it all the way to Morgantown, a program really on the up with the leadership of Larry Lee, a guy that's very well respected across the West Coast in terms of baseball. That one in for a strike to Brandon Wynn. And I remember hearing, as an Oregon man, hearing Coach Mark Wazakowski, the head coach of Oregon baseball, following when Cal Poly Slow knocked them out of the regional in Eugene. All the praise he had for West Coast baseball and specifically Larry Lee commanding that team and helping lead them to a solid regional performance there. And how about that? They one-upped it heading to the Supers.
That was unbelievable and such a special moment for that program, and really a special series in Morgantown. West Virginia, they've never touched the College World Series until this year, and Cal Poly trying to get a shot as a mid-major. Really special.
Win. Rough hit. Just popped / lined over to Murillo. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Score still 4-1. Playing you back with the chicken dance. Hopefully you're dancing at home. And I don't know all the moves. I know it's not a complicated one.
It's not. It's a 3-step process. I wish people could. I wish I could do the motions for.
If we had a camera on us,
yeah,
Nick would show you.
Not very good at it, but I can do it. That's all.
You a dancer?
No. No, I got no rhythm.
Bottom of the 6th, showing bunt going foul is Nahar to lead things off. O'Regan, 6th inning of work, 82 pitches.
Yeah, and he's been great today. Giving up 7 hits, couple of walks, but of course just 1 run has scored for the Blues. Every inning, Slow has been able to get him into a little bit of trouble. They've seen runners in scoring position a lot today. O'Regan has them at 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position this afternoon, and that's something that this Blues team does not do often. They can hit with nobody on base, and they can hit with everybody on base, but normally they produce a lot better than this. I mean, this has just been a fantastic outing so far.
Off day for Slow, but a very on day for Joe O'Regan. If he can get through this one quick, could see him in the 7th, but this could be his last inning of work, at least most likely in our mind. That fastball waning outside, and you mentioned how Slow have had runners on the base paths a lot this game. Also have 6 hits, but the thing for Joe, it's not about who's on, just about getting out of the situations. That one chopped will be foul. Asperger keeping it there. We'll go 2-2. But for him, it is always about finishing the inning, and he's finished every inning extremely well. That 1 run in the first, but scoreless since then. The starting pitching has been getting better and better for the Saints throughout the season. The first inning has been a struggle for Arroyo Seco, but it's seen more and more success. They say he didn't swing. Count goes full to Nahar. Now the real challenge is getting the bullpen firing on all cylinders. There's been some new guys being added to the roster as well. So new arms, new faces, maybe new results.
Yeah, no action in the Saints bullpen right now, so this inning is Joe's.
That one, sky high. 3 Saints coming on it. Diving, making the play. Brandon Wynn. Lovely play from the new man in town in his second game as a Saint.
Welcome to Pasadena, Brandon Wynn. 2 RBI double last night in a big moment, and then now a diving catch in center field. My goodness, I mean, you're just waiting for guys to come in and be able to make plays like that, and he's picking up like he's been here all season, already in mid-season form. My goodness.
They know what he can bring to center field. And as soon as he gets on the roster, slotted in day 1, day 2, shows the leather. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Now to Brady Alves. Fouls it off left. (0-2), O'Regan to Alves. Alves, strikeout, fly out to left, swings through. Another strikeout on Alves and for O'Regan. Make that his 7th of the day.
Yeah, and again, just knowing where you are in the lineup, bottom of the order, you don't want to walk him. You don't want to, give up something that was in your control. Just attacks Brady Alves. He's struggled to see the ball this season, and O'Regan gets him swinging again.
So 2 outs on the new batter, who goes out to right and gets the fly out. Joe O'Regan, 6 innings of 1-run ball, 6 hits. We'll see if he'll return for another, but it's been all Joe on this Saturday. Next inning here in San Luis Obispo. In the 7th, a new pitcher in Charlie Ferris, Stephen F. Austin product in Texas. But he was a kicker first, went to UT, was a Longhorn. Didn't really play much as a kicker and decided to eventually follow his true passion of baseball. Was a two-sport athlete, was the kicker, decided to follow that, changed it up, went to Stephen F. Austin, and became a pitcher. And he's been pretty successful for SFA.
Yeah, that's just an incredible story, and to turn it around and come play D1 baseball. I mean, this kid's just an athlete. Through 19 innings this spring with Stephen F. Austin. 9.95 ERA, but still was put into some big situations. And what you notice with college relievers is their ERAs are really inflated. You know, you have one bad outing and your ERA gets completely inflated. They aren't throwing 80 innings like a lot of these MLB guys.
Ryder gets it towards Ferris, and it kicks off his back heel trailing. So he'll reach. And Ryder will be ruled a single most likely.
Well, that's some action with the foot. I can tell he was a kicker by that reaction time. At least gave his infield a shot. But wow.
Maybe not the exact accuracy, but if they got it, to get to the infielder, could you consider that a field goal?
I mean, if it was two Comer forward at third base and he makes the play, I'd say that's up and good.
That's 3 points. Slow down by 3. Ferris looking to keep at that hot shot towards second, gets into the outfield, and rounding third is Ryder. He made the right decision. Rounding second, going towards third was Ryder. So now runners at the corners on that single from Nishiwa. And he's 2 for 3.
Yeah, just a seeing eye shot, and Nishiwa's gone back up the middle a couple of times today. First one was kind of more of a line drive. That one, a little chopper, a little seeing eye shot, but I love the aggressiveness from Ryder. Of course, you got a great center fielder in Chavez. He can make plays. He's got a great arm, but Ryder saw how slow that ball was moving, just gets over that bag, and once it gets past the infield, no stopping Evan Ryder. And that base running aggressiveness is going to play so big because now middle infield has to play back, double play depth. So a double play ball scores a run.
Braden Flores, 2 for 3, both singles. That's a strike. 0-1 goes the count with runners at the corner. Evan Ryder 90 feet away, then Nishiwa at first. And every single spot for Arroyo Seco has been successful today, besides Brandon Wynn. Only one without a hit. That one finds a place in left field. Scoring is Ryder. And mistaken left as well, but no one else will advance. So an RBI single for Braden Flores brings his season total to 17. Team leading still. 5-1 Saints.
Yeah, and I don't think he put it on the left side on purpose in the batter's box, but couldn't have picked a better spot to put it. Nick Nishiwa already stealing second. Murillo had to go over there to get the cover. Flores just knocks it the other way. Big base hit. Still nobody away, and a time for Freer, Late, and King to get the job done again. Already put a couple across thanks to Zach Late. Just keep adding on. That's so important.
This was the spot where the Saints broke through 2 innings ago. Ferris dealing with the traffic of none out. And the Saints just keep putting solid swings on the ball. They have good contact, but they've also had scrappy contact. They've been playing hard.
Yeah, and they've been facing some really solid arms for the Blues. It's not like we're seeing a B-team type of bullpen day for San Luis Obispo. It's just really patient at-bats and just taking every pitch that's over the plate and driving it.
He did go. Freer goes 1-1. And yeah, you see, like you said, these are the guys for slow. If you look at the college numbers as well, Cooper and now Ferris both had great seasons where they were at. Most likely these also are the guys that are planned to go on this day where it's the high leverage Saturday with Gallimore that led the charge. But the Saints have found a way and have willed themselves to 5 runs on 12 hits. Freer swings through that one. It's 1-2.
Yeah, when you get into this best-on-best matchup, it really evens the playing field, especially for Arroyo Seco. They've struggled this season to find kind of that back-end relief, but today this offense has really set the table, set the tone, and Joe O'Regan has been just fantastic today.
See if O'Regan returns for his 7th. The Saints looking to build in their version of the 7th. Runners go. Over, gets through. Rounding third is Nishiwa. Heading to third is Flores. Play at third, not in time. All runners safe. Another run scores. It's 6-1.
And I mean, I love the idea of stealing Nick Nishiwa. We've seen a lot of mistakes getting thrown out at third base, but what a jump from Nishiwa. No stopping him there. Beautiful piece of hitting from Jacob Freer. Gets a pitch over the plate, doesn't miss it. Able to knock that one into right field, and still nobody away in this top half of the 7th inning. This is where you can really put this game away and give yourself full control here at Sinsheimer, something the Saints haven't done in 2 years.
Not something that's happened to the Blues all too often this season. 18-4 record going into this one, riding a 4-game win streak. Saints looking to end their loss streak. Just get back to winning ways. Only 5 wins and 11 losses for Arroyo Seco. We talked about it yesterday. This weekend is a turning point, either negative or positive, and the Saints looking to make it a positive. 1-0 to late. Runner checked at first. Free roll return.
And you got to wonder, these are the weekends where you start to get closer as a team. You're staying in a hotel together. Not all these guys stay in the same apartments in Pasadena, folks. So when they're all put into the same spot, the same hotel, the same Fairfield Inn, they're going to get closer. It just happens that way. So this is a big weekend for camaraderie, big weekend for the team to come together, you know, kind of as a group. Everybody gets to know everybody. And it's a lot easier to pick up your brother behind you when you know what he's about, know his story, know how he operates. So this is going to be a very healthy weekend for the Saints team and something that they can, you know, take momentum from heading into All-Star Weekend.
1-1 to late. No, will be checked at first. Another attempt unsuccessful. Need to keep Freer staying on that bag. But yeah, you said it. Said it best. The camaraderie, the chemistry can go a long way, and it's hard to get in summer ball when guys are coming and going. But they found a group here looking to build on it. Late, over to second. Flipped. That's a double play. 2 big outs right there on the double play, but a run does score. Flores touches home. It's 7-1.
Yeah, and you'll take that. You know, you'll trade the couple outs for another run of insurance. Of course, if you're Zach Late, you want to be able to drive the ball, you know, make a big hit, make a big impact. But I think right there, just keeping it simple, at least putting the ball in play, driving in that run from third base, so important. And now a 6-run lead, a lot better looking than a 3-run lead, even better looking than a 5-run lead as well.
King over to 4. He'll go to first. That's the end of the inning. More runs come across, 3 to be exact. It's 7-1. Saints in full control in Sinsheimer. Trust in Joe Regan. We're in the 7th. He's still in the game. The lefty has had a day. 7 strikeouts for Joe. 1 run, 6 hits. So what a job.
He's just been situationally so fantastic. I mean, he's missed a couple of pitches over the plate that you ideally don't want to miss. He's missed on a 2-strike count. It's kind of come back to bite him, but my goodness, just every situation he's had the right pitch. That slider working so fantastically, going backdoor on righties, running in on lefties. He rips that curveball down, dips away from hitters, changing up the speeds of the cutter and the fastball today. This is the best stuff we've seen from Joe O'Regan. This is what we expected to see when he came onto this roster, and we've just been waiting for an outing like this to happen where he gets the run support. Arroyo Seco, this has been probably the best 7 innings of baseball they've played all season, and it's very much in credit to the guy on the bump right now.
He's just gone better and better and better. And like you said, this is the best. Also a season high in strikeouts of 7. The ERA has been going consistently down and down and down with these great performances. 3 earned runs in the first game, 1 earned run versus Orange County. No, despite giving up 5, none of them were earned last Saturday versus Santa Barbara. And these quality opponents, they do great and they have great records, but Joe Regan seems to do a solid job.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's faced Orange County and Santa Barbara and Slow back to back to back. He's done fantastic each time.
Mater swings and misses. So 7 strikeouts now make it 8, increasing that season high for O'Regan.
It's hard to have stuff that gets guys to swing and miss consistently. And today, that slider is dirty, disgusting, and downright cruel. It's been just fantastic today.
Everything you could want and more from O'Regan. He's the type of guy to tell you he had a great outing, but still gave up a run, still had 6 hits. And that's the making of a great pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, when after this outing is all said and done, if he doesn't walk anybody else, he's going to be looking at the 2 walks that he's got on his board right now and figuring out what he's got to do to eliminate those off the board. He's never complacent, and I think that's something that some guys get into that mode where they're complacent, like, my stuff feels good today. I'm just going to kind of go throw it, but he's just been so smart with how he's attacked these hitters, and fortunately a 4-pitch walk there, that's something that he's going to be very frustrated about. But, I mean, just I've said it multiple times, every pitch has worked today. Every pitch has the right movement. It's been nasty stuff, and it's really fun to see how far Joe has come along in just these 4 starts.
That will bring up Ashlock, or strikeout, ground rule double, and a pop out. Diving, not able to make the play is Flores. Heading to third is Comerford. The runners on the corners, some danger for O'Regan with 1 out in this 7th.
So unfortunate. Flores gets there on the dive. Beautiful play to even get a glove on it, just not able to squeeze it. Really smart base running by Comerford. And now another opportunity for Slow, but another chance for Joe to work out of another jam.
Hudson Carvalho, the relief pitcher in the pen for Arroyo Seco. So after O'Regan, it will most likely be Carvalho. But O'Regan, he's gotten out of trouble time and time again. Double play is on. Murillo in the box. RBI double, strikeout, and a fly out for the shortstop. O'Regan to Murillo. Gets that swing around. Tried to hold up. Too nasty.
Yeah, people didn't believe me by now that slider's nasty. That slider's pretty nasty.
They'll believe you now.
I hope so.
Back foot. Disgusting. Maria swings through. And goes to the fastball. That's too much. Throws his fastball over 60% of the time. Today it's probably been a bit down, but still always commanding. Murillo out to center. Gets Wynn running. It'll fall. Back to the wall. 1 run scores. Rounding third is another at the play. Not in time. 2 come across, ruining O'Regan's quality day. Now Matt Stone will come out to talk to Joe. And will they go to the bullpen? Think this could be it.
Yeah, that one just too much over the plate. And Murillo's not going to miss a lot of those pitches. Just unfortunate miss from Joe. That'll put a little bit of a blemish on this outing, but still fantastic day from O'Regan. And now it's time, Hudson Carvalho, a guy that's got a lot of special stuff to come out of the pen.
More on the pitcher after the break. Slow, making a late comeback in the 7th. It's 7-3. Bottom of the 7th, O'Regan's day is done. It's time for the sophomore from the University of Oregon, Hudson Carvalho.
Yeah, this guy's just straight up nasty. I mean, we talked about the nasty stuff Joe O'Regan has from the left side. Now on the right side, Carvalho, 91 on the fastball. That's where he sits 89% of the time, and so far this season, 80% on a whiff rate. Goes with the curveball as well at 74. A lot of speed changes from this guy, but he's just flat out nasty.
It is that fastball that you said 91 to 93 is where he'll be at, but Hudson's gone to 96, and that's where you can top. Not consistent, but he can get there, and the movement on it, it's great from this reliever. There's the curveball, just drops in, the offset between the two. A late addition to the Saints roster, but into the game on this sunny day after a great start from O'Regan. Runner at second belongs to him. That curveball misses high. But looking to continue the outing and stifle the bullpen woes of Arroyo Seco. entered this game with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th with a runner on second in Murillo. Now went in for a strike. It's 2-2. Murillo brought in those 2 runs on a dead center 2 RBI double. Just scorching over the head of Wynn, who was playing pretty shallow. Two, 1 out. Lunging, popped up. Under it is the second baseman in Flores. That's the second out. First out of the outing for Carvalho. Now up, Sean Rivas. Infield single, but accompanying that is 2 strikeouts. Uncharacteristic day for Slow. But I've seen more life now in this 7th. Now in the final third of this ball game. Oh, 1. Gets a swing and a miss. It hits the dirt. Disgusting curveball.
Yeah, that's that 2,300 spin rate at work right there. My goodness. Is it okay if I say ew? Disgusting.
I'll say it. Ew. That's as 12-6 as you can get. Places that one. Thought it was strike 3. We'll have to return to the bump for another pitch in this at-bat.
Perfect spot for an 0-2 pitch, though. Whether or not that's called a strike, that's a perfect spot to go.
1-2, 2 outs. Runner on second. Over to third. Asperger running. Gloves it to first. And it's an out. Heck of a play by Zach Late. Throw was off. Grabbed it towards his left and brought it back down to planet Earth. Led to the 8th. 2 runs come across for Slow. Saints still up by 4. Eighth inning, here and slow, and up to face the Saints lineup is the reliever, Zachary Savino.
Yeah, Zach Savino, few appearances this season. He's been really solid for them out of the bullpen. Only one blemish on his season, inning and 2/3 against Santa Maria at the beginning of the season, gave up 4 runs, but that was all the way back in May. Since then, 6 innings of 1-run ball. He's got a 2-pitch mix. He'll go 4-seam slider, upper 8s with that fastball, lower 8s with the slider. Tunnels him really well.
Due up is Mangini, Asperger, and Wynn. Mangini taking that first hack and a miss from that pitch from Savino. Plays his ball at Cuesta College, another one of the Cuesta guys that is around here from SLO, but he's really from around here. In fact, grew up about 20 to 30 minutes north of here in Atascadero, just a bit inland and north of San Luis Obispo. Mangini, broken bat, popped up. Look out at shortstop. There's a wood bat standing there.
I've seen a couple of bats break aggressively. Actually, one at Jackie Robinson that was hit so hard that the barrel of the bat hit the opposing dugout on the first base side. When you get in these wooden bat leagues and these guys are so used to using metal bats, sometimes
it's different. It's different.
The way the bats shatter in college ball is a lot different than how they shatter in the major leagues, I can tell you that.
These guys also just aren't used to the bat shattering, only really use the wood bats during the summer in these leagues, as Asperger fouls that one back.
Yeah, I think I'd be pretty scared if my bat broke.
I mean, I know there's some guys that they break the wooden bat and they kind of take a look at themselves, a bit hyped up. Even if it's now, there's like, you know what?
Yeah,
I broke a wood bat.
You feel stronger than you actually are, yeah. I just cut through wood by myself.
Asperger behind 0-1. Now even at 1-1. So Mangini, that was a second strikeout of the game. Still had that 2-run home run to open up scoring and establish a foothold in the game. Asperger swings through that one. He struck out last time up, but is 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Also stole a base today. Not often Sean Asperger swipes a bag, but has done it a few times this season. 1-2, Savino to Asperger. Now one into center. Running under it is Chavez. He'll have it for out number 2.
Yeah, Sean's outs now are translating from strikeouts into solid pieces of hitting. That one kind of hit on the screws out to center field, just a bit under it, but still hit pretty hard, and it's just so fun to see how he's turned a new leaf.
Now up Brandon Wynn, the only Saint not to have a hit today. Did get that big hit yesterday and has flashed the leather in center in the, or rather I believe it was 2 innings ago. He's even 1-1. When strikeout, fly out, and line out. 2 balls, 1 strike to the outfielder. That one high, not in. Count goes 3-1. Now one in for a strike. Count goes full. Quick pace from Savino. Working to Win of 2 outs. Win down the right field line, foul. So we'll go again for pitch number 7 between Savino and Win. Full count. Popped up and foul. Upcoming is pitch number 8.
I've been watching how Wynn stands in the batter's box. He stands really close to the plate, but he stands all the way back in the batter's box. And against a guy like Savino, some guys like to cut off the break before it happens. Some guys like to see it and like to take it later. That's what Wynn's doing here.
3-2 over to first. Heck of a pick. Calls off the pitcher. That's all. Sean Rivas at first. At the trap, there was no trap. That's an easy play for him. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Slow on their last 6 outs. Bottom of the 8th, last 6 outs for the Blues. Carvalho delivers a curveball high back into this game. Came in last inning in relief for Joe O'Regan. And his day, 6 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks. And the highlight, I'd say, is those 8 strikeouts. Season high for Joe.
All of his stuff was working today, but I think the slider was the pitch he was really going after.
That one to short, takes an interesting hop. Freer, no problem. Late. What a stretch. Almost does the splits, gets that first out.
God, Freer has been just all over the field today, making diving stops up the middle, making routine plays look routine. Making plays like that look routine, that's a tough play. You got to get your body around it, want to get momentum towards first base. Does a great job at putting it on his left side of his body and able to throw a dart over to first base. And late, like you said, great stretch. A couple of guys just putting in work for their pitcher on the mound, Carvalho, right now.
Despite the 3 runs, every single slow player has reached besides Brady Alves, who's up right now. 2 strikeouts and a fly out to his name.
It's just been a tough start to the season for Alves. 1 for 25, and you know when you get in that mode, at this point he's not hitting well. He's still putting balls in play. He just hasn't found any grass yet, so you got to feel for the kid a little bit at the plate. But definitely on a day like this, the Saints will take it.
Benefiting Arroyo Seco today, but is looking to get something to take away and start a turn. Fouls that one back. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Or rather, 2 balls, 1 strike. Carvalho to Alves. Smoked, finds some fair ground. Alves on first, going to second, will stretch it. And he's out. Gets that base hit. Almost broke the back, but gets thrown out at second.
What a cannon from Evan Ryder in left field. Saw that Alves was getting a little bit aggressive and threw an absolute seam to Jacob Freer covering the bag at second. Perfect tag. And I mean, this is just a guy in Alves can't catch a break. At least he gets the base hit to his name, but now nobody on base. What a throw from Ryder. Big plays from the defense today, big plays from pitching, and big plays from offense. They've been able to do it all three sides of the baseball.
Placed it well, but just got too aggressive. Now, Cesar Chavez. Count goes 2-2, 2 outs to Chavez. Only 4 more outs for the Blues. Deuce is wild, it's low. Count goes full. Carvalho, full count. Hits Carvalho, able to bounce back. Hudson heads up, makes the play to first. We're heading to the top of the 9th, still 7-3. Top of the 9th for Evan Ryder, Nick Nishiwa, and Braden Flores. This combo has been the 1-2-3 for the Saints 3 times tonight. This one being the 3rd. And the previous 2, they've all resulted in big innings in that 5th and in that 7th. Can they repeat that success? Yeah. Ryder takes it outside.
Yeah, 8, 9, and 1. All 3 of them have gotten out just one time today. So out of that, you're looking at, if we do the math real quick, 7 for 10 from 8, 9, and 1 combined. I mean,
that
when you can,
quick.
When
that
you
was
can,
quick.
I got the good mental math. I'm okay with mental math. But when you got your bottom of the order working like this, I mean, success just follows you. And these guys have been up to the challenge tonight. And I think it's really smart from Aaron Milam to put Ryder, who's been a fantastic guy. He's been at the top of the order, middle of the order, and Nishiwa, who's been kind of more towards the bottom, but put those two really solid hitters down there, and they've just been so important to this game today.
Ryder fouls it off. We'll go again. Ryder, 2 singles and a fly out. Nishiwa, who's going to come up, 2 singles and a ground out. The Saints have seemed to have found a formula here in this game. That one outside, we go full.
Yeah, because when the bottom of the order comes up, gets on base, then here come the big bats. You got Flores, Freer, Late, and Cannon King all ready to deliver RBIs. And the top 3 have 4 RBIs with them.
To Ryder. That one out to left center. Coming along nicely as Cesar Chavez gets it for the first out. The first time in his last 2 at-bats, he did not get on as a leadoff. So Ryder heads to the dugout. It's Nick Nishiwa up next. Nishiwa, after today's game, has to begin, I think, some more looks. If the offensive success and the great game has been calling behind the dish.
Yeah, when you watch Nishiwa play, this is no diss to JUCO ball, but you watch him and you think, hey, that guy's a D1 player. You don't think he plays JUCO ball, but he's just been taking some great at-bats, and he just ropes the ball.
Now one, Oppo down the right field line. Under it is Rivas. Another good play from the first baseman. Just like that, 2 out, the 8-9, and up is the top of the order in Flores. Braden Flores, a guy that played JUCO ball at Phoenix, near his home of Chandler, Arizona. Now ready to be a LMU Lion in the next spring. He's given LMU a lot to be excited about in this past month.
He's got the glove. He's got the bat. He's got it all.
Fouls it back. Count goes 1-1. Will be joining a couple of his teammates that are also at LMU. Just to name one, Zachary Bender. That one bounces. Will be 2-1. Maybe he'll looking to use LMU as a stepping stone again. I mean, this is a guy that, if this is what's to come, could consistently play at some of the highest D1 levels. 2-1. Up the middle. He'll reach. 4 for 5 day from Braden Flores. All 4 of those hits, all singles.
You just can't get this guy out. You really can't. In any count, he's ready to hit. He drives balls when he's ahead in the count. He just puts a good enough wood on it when he's behind it in counts. He's just been fantastic. I don't know how else to say it. This guy is an absolute dog in the batter's box.
I think the biggest thing is that Flores never does too much. Always does exactly what's needed. That's why he got all the singles, and he's perfectly content getting singles. A lot of those the times, he gets at the success of the bottom of his order, they'll bring in runs.
He just seems so calm every time he's in the box. No moment's too big for him. No moment's too small for him either.
So 1-1 to this new batter in Jacob Freer. RBI single last time. 1 for 4 day of 2 strikeouts. And these two have been such a mainstay at the top of the lineup around the 1 through 3 range. Panarisi, who's usually the 2-hole hitter, dealing with some struggles, so he did not get the start today. And a new look in general throughout the field. 2-1 to Freer. through. What a play. Murillo into the outfield. Makes a solid range to his right, but doesn't set his feet and sees that one go towards right. That allows an extra 90 feet to Braden Flores, and Freer will reach.
A little bit of wishful thinking by Murillo. Really nice play to get to that ball in the hole. I thought that one was for sure going to get through. But, yeah, probably didn't need to throw that one to Alves at second. But, of course, you know, if you're Savino, it's about getting the out at the plate. But now Zach Late with an opportunity. He's already got 3 RBIs today. Maybe time to add another insurance run, make this a little bit easier for Carvalho in the bottom of the inning.
Last time up, Late grounded out. Did bring home a run. As well today, has a 2 RBI single. Just adding to his tally. Looking for another one. Every game he's gotten a hit in, those games have been multi-hit. If he doesn't get one here, that would break the streak. Don't think Zach's too concerned about that. He's put together a great weekend and a great day. As it's a 2-0 count. Late taking his time to step in. Savino ready. Runner goes to second, throw down. He's caught up. Freer has to outrun Murillo over to first. And he'll get tagged. So caught in a pickle. It won't go. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Slow. 3 more outs to bring this back. Bottom of the 9th here in Sinsheimer. 3 more outs until the Saints could call this a win, but the Blues have some firepower. See if they have it left in the tank. 2, 3, and 4 due up, and Miles Mater, Brendan Comerford, and Mason Ashlock. This is where the 7th started, where the Blues got those runs back, those 2 runs, the first runs they saw since the first.
Yeah, it's really Saints 7, Diego Murillo 3. He's got all 3 RBIs today for Slow. He's been really getting it done, so you just got to hope it doesn't get to him in this inning.
He's their danger man as Carvalho in for his 3rd inning of work. Has so far pitched 1 2/3 after coming in for O'Regan in the 7th. Goes curveball, fastball. Curveball landed for a strike to lead things off. Fastball missed way outside. And he's been working reverse. Usually you starve that fastball, then go to that curveball. But he's been liking that curveball, how it's been landing, so he's starting off at bats of that. Brings down the hammer, but there is no nail. 2-1. Nader in for a strike. Arm side run. Bringing that to something Nader doesn't want. Even at 2. No outs. Take a time to step off. Carvalho's really stretched well in this game. Saints fans here will have only used 2 pitchers. 2-2. Nader swing and a miss. Drop 3. Nishiwa delivers it to late. That's out number 1.
When you only have 2 pitches like that, it gets more difficult to, change things up when you got, 2 different pitches coming. It should sound easy. Oh, I only got to worry about 2 pitches. But when both of those pitches have an incredible amount of run, a lot of spin, a lot of dip, it gets so difficult. And that one, Carvalho's got the strikeout stuff and clearly shows it right there. Nader swinging over one way in the dirt.
So now to Comerford. Single, walk, strikeout, and a flyout. So working on a 1-for-3 day for the 3-hole hitter. 0-1, now 0-2. Swing and a miss through that. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That one way outside. Nishiwa has to slide and block. Carvalho still ahead, chasing those final 2 outs to put a cap on what's been a great Saints performance. Now one into right center. On the run is Wynn. Going back, he makes the catch. Long run, it's grabbed.
Like a gazelle into that right center gap, absolutely flying off the bat. Perfect read, and on those types of plays, that's so important. You can't play all the way back by the fence in a 395 field. So much ground to cover. Man, I mean, not only do the Saints get a guy that can hit the ball out of the yard consistently, they get a guy who's got wheels and can play center field like with the best of them. What a play, and just 1 out to go.
That one, tomahawk to short. Freer on the hop, makes the play. 1-2-3 in this final inning, and the Saints come into Sinsheimer and even the series at 1-1. Final score 7-3. Saints take the dub.
Yeah, and this was just a complete ball game. We talked about the Orange County game where they went into Irvine and won that game 8-3. That was the most complete game I think we've seen the Saints put together all season. But this takes the cake. This is the best baseball we've seen Arroyo Seco play all season. Bottom of the order was incredible. We talked about it. They ended up going 8-for-13. Saints with runners in scoring position, something they've struggled with this season. 4-for-10, 400 average. And pitching came to the table today. Even when things got rough, even when things got tough, San Luis Obispo had 20 at-bats with runners on base, went 4-for-20 tonight. This was exactly what the Saints needed to see today. Best on best, O'Regan against Spencer Gallimore, and it's O'Regan coming out with his first win of the season. Geez, up and down, this was the best game I've seen of the Arroyo Seco Saints play this season, and they deserve this win. This one feels good, and tomorrow you can't get complacent. It's about going for that rubber match and taking the series tomorrow, giving yourself a lot of momentum heading into that Bombers game on Tuesday, heading into the All-Star weekend. This is a really important win, and I think these boys are going to have fun tonight celebrating this first win here in SLO and the first time in 2 years.
We always talk about that Orange County game. Like you said, that was the blueprint. This is now the blueprint for a complete Saints game. This is how you want them to play, what you want to see for the rest of the season. Could this be a turning point? We'll just have to wait and see. There is still Sunday baseball ahead to finish off this 3-game series in San Luis Obispo. It will be me and Nick Jepson on the call for that one. Nick will take the reins. It will be a 2 o'clock start time. Saints get that win that they've been looking for a bit. 6-11 for them on the year. SLO, that 4-game win streak now broken. They move to 18-5. Final score, 7-3 for Dylan DeCesare and Nick Jepson, the rest of the Arroyo Seco Saints crew. This has been Arroyo Seco Saints baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. Have a good night.